Hey guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to be going over an email that I got from a subscriber, and this guy pretty much wants to know, he's at a crossroads in his life. He is 25 years old, an officer in the Navy, and it sounds like from his email that pretty much his whole life he spent really working on his goals, pursuing his purpose, and he hasn't had any kind of relationships or anything like that. And now that he spent pretty much his whole life in school, studying, in the Navy, going through the hard work to become an officer, saving his money, having no debt, now he's starting to wonder at 25 years old, hey, should I continue on working hard towards all my goals and making money and building wealth and all that? Or am I missing out, and should I start moving towards dating and finding a right girl and love and romance and all that stuff? And a lot of guys do wonder that. They come to some point, should they even try to do that, or should they continue on with their goals and purpose? So I'm going to go through his email here and answer as best I can, given my life experience in this department. So it starts off saying, hey man, I've been following you on YouTube for a month now, and I gotta say, I'm hooked on your content. Thank you. I'm at a crossroads in my life right now, and I need advice. He says here, I'm in a situation where I feel like I have to choose between two things to get what I want. But deep down, I don't want to make a decision based on fear that by choosing one, I may miss out on other opportunities should harm come my way. I'm assuming he means because he's in the military and something happens to him. He says here, life is short anyways, right? Right now, I'm learning Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Eskrima. At the same time, I've been doing this since April of last year. I intend to learn Wing Chun, knife throwing, and more later on. My goal is that when I'm 30, not only will I be jacked and wealthy, but I will be one of the few people in America who can fight at an expert level and manage to have a comfortable lifestyle. I essentially want to be in the top 1% in everything. That's awesome. Good for you, bro. That's great that you are having all these goals and you're working hard towards that. And with regards to martial arts, I mean, I've been training in martial arts in Muay Thai just like you, Muay Thai kickboxing, and Krav Maga for over 6 years. Obviously, I had to take a break for the last few months because of the coronavirus. The schools aren't open yet, but I'm eagerly waiting for it to open so I can go back in to get back to the training. So doing that is really going to do so much for you, for your confidence, for everything in your life. You'll be in amazing shape because it's really hard fucking work doing those classes. And also great for you for having no debt and being preserving wealth, and also an officer in the Navy. Both my parents were in the Navy, and they loved their life before having little old me. So good for you, man. And anybody else listening to this, do the same thing. Go for these same things. He goes on to say, and now we're getting to the good part here. He says, on the other side, I hunger for love and romance. I have been a virgin my whole life. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Since graduating college, I've tried gaming women at night, daytime, and in online dating with no success. I had played the long game before college. I ignored dating in my high school and college years to focus on, he says in quotations, what's important, like a lot of older people have instructed me to do. Well, good for you for listening to them to work on your goals and your purpose and all that, because honestly, the decisions that we make between the ages of 16 and 25, I think they pretty much will determine how your life goes. And you're doing great, man. I'm really impressed. You're doing a lot better than I was at my age. By 25 years old, I own my own business, but early on, I was, screwing around in high school and raising hell, and that's a whole other story. He says, now that I live on my own, have a stable career as an officer in the Navy, and I have no debt, I feel like I want to reap the rewards that I've ignored in my younger youth. I've been told the following phrases that show conflict with my desire to acquire a sexual physique. And by the way here, at the end of the day, this guy's going to have to decide what works best for him. I mean, personally, based on, I'm almost 20 years old in this guy, I would recommend that he continues on with his goals and his purpose and his mission and all that stuff like that, because at 25 years old, because he does say his age later on in this email, you're still, first of all, this is the stage in your life where you can make all these things happen. And if you're saving a lot of money now and investing it wisely, that's just going to grow exponentially over the years with compound interest and so forth. And right now, where you're young and you're on your own, you have the free time to focus on the martial arts and getting in great shape and all the cool stuff that will come from. So I would say right off the bat, focus on that for a while too. And then later on, when you get to maybe your very late 20s or more like your 30s, you're going to be rising in rank in the Navy. You keep doing what you're doing, you're going to have more money, you're going to be able to live very comfortably, you're going to have all these skills and all the confidence that comes from this. And attracting women like you want to do eventually, you're going to have no problem there. But just be aware that there's going to be a lot of young women that are going to see a Navy officer and they'll be very attracted to that, but also see an easy meal ticket. And I'm sure you've probably seen the movie Officer and a Gentleman with Lou Gossett Jr. and Richard Gere. And in the beginning of the movie, The Officer's Training, they were warning the guys that very thing. Watch out for these local girls in town. They're looking for a Navy officer to shack up with, get pregnant, and get the hell out. So just be careful of that down the road. So, but starting out right off the bat, I'd say focus on your purpose for a while. But I'm going to go on with this email. So he says here, you're going to see he's going to list a whole bunch of things that people have been saying to him because this guy is focusing really hard on his goals. And to no surprise, whenever you are working hard towards goals, because most people don't do shit, there's going to be people who are going to try to sabotage it. And you're going to see in these quotes that he gave me from some friends of his. First one says, girls don't care about you doing martial arts. They don't care how good you can do a roundhouse kick. Well, I'm going to say right there, women generally probably won't care in the sense like, they'll think it's neat, but what they will like is, let's just say you're out on a date or wherever and you're talking to a woman that you like and she asks you, what do you like to do for fun? And you open up about your martial arts and she can see that big smile on your face and she can see the passion in your eyes, the way you describe the classes and how it makes you feel and what it's done for you. That a woman will find attractive. Because women love guys with passion. You'll hear it all the time that women complain that their guy lacks passion. He doesn't have any passion for anything. But when guys do have passion, it's an extremely attractive quality for them. Now, I'm not saying do it for that. I'm just saying that is a positive benefit of doing something you love. So yeah, you can talk about, they're not going to care that you can do these high kicks and all this other stuff, but if you passionately talk about the classes and what it's done for you, they'll like that. The next quote from a so-called friend says, Asian men are at the bottom of the totem pole in the dating market. Not even Asian women want to date Asian men. If you want to date white chicks, you got to get jacked and overcome everyone's expectations. Well, bullshit, okay? I've known Asian guys that got girls, pretty girls, so you can too. So I'm going to assume that you haven't let them get to you, but get in your head. But if they are, just cut that out right now, okay? It's all about attitude. It's all about confidence. And are there going to be women out there that aren't going to be attracted to Asian men? Of course. But there's going to be women out there that are attracted to white men, okay? That doesn't mean that I don't talk to women. So don't listen to that bullshit. And the part about you got to get jacked to overcome everyone's expectations. Yes, if you're a thin guy and you start training hard at the gym for a couple of years and you definitely put on a bunch of muscle mass and you look really good, believe me, that will definitely help your game. That will definitely attract women without a shadow of a doubt. But guess what? There's plenty of guys that are skinny little runts or overweight and they get women. So it's about other things you have to offer. So don't listen to that shit. Another quote, and this really gets on him about his goals. Someone said to him, if you were to die tomorrow, you just spent most of your time learning a skill you may never use in real life, and you deny yourself one of the greatest pleasures in life, romance with the opposite sex. Well, I've been training for 6 years in martial arts, and I have yet to get into a street fight. And I would like to avoid getting into a street fight because I know the shit that can go wrong. But I've trained for that. And I walk in any situation with confidence to know that I've been training hard in some very nasty situations on the mat. Is it the same as a real life situation? No, because you have that comfort of being in the dojo. But still, I've walked out with many black and blue eyes, bloody nose, all sorts of injuries, so you wouldn't believe it. So the training for the martial arts is good for you, for your life in terms of confidence. And as for them saying, basically you're wasting your time doing this for a skill you'll never use. Hey, that skill made you happy. It made you in great shape, because you got to be in great shape to keep doing that. And that skill, training in martial arts, can help take your whole life in a different direction. It did mine. It's martial arts that got me to eventually become a personal trainer, and just my life is so much better now that I'm doing what I love and working for myself. And also martial arts, I've met some of the best people in my life. My best friends are all in there. Very ambitious, driven, hardworking, supportive, loyal people. And you'll probably meet guys just like that. So it's not a waste of your time. Don't listen to them. And by the way, probably these guys saying this to him, probably at the end of the day, go to their favorite watering hole and drink beers and watch TV all night. Okay? The odds are they aren't doing things to better themselves. But they see you out there working hard in your spare time, bettering yourself. And that shows them what can be done, but they're unwilling to do. So they're jealous and trying to sabotage it. So do what's in your heart. Do what you want to do. It makes you happy. Fuck them. Oh, and that part about saying denying yourself one of the greatest pleasures in life, romance with the opposite sex. Well, you've watched my channel to know long enough to know that, believe me, because I had the life experience to tell you this, and anybody else in this channel will tell you, it is overrated. Okay? Does this mean that you can't have a lot of the nice things in terms of romance and all that? You can have it, but it's extremely rare. And at the end of the day, being this day and age, how things are, it is insanely rare. Because by and large, most women out there are an extreme pain in the ass, thinking they deserve the world, and it'll make you lose your mind. But later on when you're ready, if you want to simply just date and hook up and maybe date multiple women so you have to focus all on one, you can determine then which direction you want to go. But I would, like what this is saying right here, I would focus on all your goals right now. I'd focus on making money, saving money, growing it, your martial arts, getting in great shape, your career in the Navy. Don't listen to them. Do what's best for you. It's your life. Another quote he's got from somebody trying to discourage him says, your body structure requires that you go to the gym way more than others. You're a hard gainer, meaning he's probably a thin guy and it's hard for him to gain weight because he's a thin guy, probably has a high metabolism. Martial arts will do you no good if you balance both. You will be good at neither. Well, that's bullshit, because I can tell you my own experience. I started training martial arts in December 2013. And at that time I went in there, I weighed about 190 pounds. Before then I was just lifting weights in the gym. I was pretty jacked. And I immediately fell in love with it. I started taking 2 martial arts, Krav Maga and Muay Thai kickboxing. And I took a break from lifting weights for 6 months because I wanted to put all my energy into the martial arts. I loved it. And in class we did, lots of push-ups and body weight exercises. I dropped down about 178 pounds. And I lost a lot of muscle mass. A lot of my shirts were really loose on me. But let me tell you, I had the lowest body fat I ever had then. I was fast as hell. But then I got back to the lifting and I scaled back the martial arts a little bit. So now I have a good balance of the lifting to maintain my strength and size, and I do the martial arts to obviously maintain and improve my skills. So if they're trying to tell you you can't do both or you won't be really good at the other, that's bullshit. And besides, do they have experience in that? Do they know? Now I will say this. If you have 2 purposes, 2 major passions in life, let's just say it would be martial arts and lifting, yes, if you focus on just one, you would get a lot better and excel at the one much faster as opposed to splitting it up. But understand this, you're 25, you got a whole lifetime. So I say you can do both, but if you want to do one, you got to sit down and really think what you really want the most. But I have a feeling, based on reading your email, what you love the most. He says, I've got myself to where I am because I made a lot of wise decisions. Right now, the wise path is to stick with the martial arts and get jacked later in life. Don't get me wrong, I like to work out at least once a week. It may seem like I already have the answer to my predicament. Well, dude, if that's what you want to do, then go for it. But I would say this, if you decide you want to do both, what I would recommend is that you hit the weights twice a week, okay? Hit all body parts twice a week, and then do the martial arts. But understand this, because you're a young guy, and I'm guessing a thin guy, and with all the martial arts training and the cardio you're going to do in those workouts, which I know, you're going to have to eat a lot of food, a lot of really good, healthy, clean food in order to not only maintain what you have, but also put on size. Because you'll be in the gym lifting weights, but then you'll be in martial arts burning all those calories. And so your metabolism, and plus probably because you're 25, you have a crazy high metabolism. So in order to have any gains, you got to eat a lot of goddamn food. So expect your grocery bill to go up. But if you only have one time a room in your schedule for once a week of lifting, let me recommend that you try to do it twice a week, but just stick to the most basic strength training exercises. That's 3: bench press, squat, and deadlift. Go in there and try to do those 3, okay? And then get out of there and maybe go to martial arts and do that again the second time of the week, as opposed to going in the gym once a week to lift weights and do your entire whole body, multiple exercises. If you have limited time, stick to just the 3 main exercises: bench press, squat, and deadlift. That's going to hit everything. You're going to get bigger, you're going to get stronger, and try to squeeze that in twice a week along with the martial arts. And eat like a horse. Okay, he goes on to say, but my question to you is this: is there a compromise between both of my desires? Can I get my cake and eat it too? My schedule permits me to be proficient in one, but excel in neither. Well, like I said before, and this is just me based on my experience, I would put aside the dating and the women and all that for a while, okay? I would do what you've been doing all along, focus on your goals, your purpose, doing all that. Training in martial arts, getting in great shape, saving your money, investing it, building wealth, focusing your career in the Navy. And then when you're ready a little bit later on down the road, maybe then you can start dating. On the other hand, it honestly won't kill you to go out on a date here and there just to get some practice. I mean, really, you can go out at night. But by and large, I would spend the majority of your time focusing on your goals. But do not listen to these other guys. They're just trying to derail your situation, believe me, okay? Because you are achieving things that they aren't going to go for. And by you doing this, you're going to have jealous people. I did a video the other day about dealing with haters. And anytime you try to improve your life in any way, you're going to have people that are going to try to sabotage you. They're going to be jealous as hell. And eventually you may have to get rid of these people in your life because they're going to do nothing but hold you back. So, but I think you're doing a great job in your life so far. I'm really impressed by everything you're going for. And again, thank you for your service, by the way, in the Navy. And I wish you a really good fortune on your career and all your goals. So, all right, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. For you older guys there, has some life experience in that, let him know. It will definitely help him out. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time.